royal family banned from 175-year-old hunting tradition after being kicked off estate. The royal family has been banned from hunting on the Scottish estate near Balmoral Castle, bringing a dramatic end to their 175-year-old tradition. Since 1852, the royals have spent time shooting, deer stalking, and fishing on the Abergeldy estate in Aberdeenshire, Scotland. It's a pastime that has been in the family since the Balmoral estate was purchased by Queen Victoria and Prince Albert, which subsequently granted them access to the 11,500-acre, 18-square-mile plot. But after the estate went up for sale in 2020, the new owner has ended the royal lease, which means King Charles and his family are no longer free to use it. According to planning documents filed by Abergeldy's new owner, Alastair Storey plans to revamp the grounds. For the last 175 years, the royal family have leased the sporting rights at Abergeldy, but this has now ceased, and will be actively run by the new laird, docs filed with Aberdeenshire Council state, per the Telegraph. To facilitate the transformation and to effectively run the estate, new facilities will be required. Storey, 70, purchased the estate for $28 million and wants it to be used for commercial shooting. He also wants new accommodation to be built on the estate for paying visitors to support the sporting activities on the estate. It's believed that there are no hard feelings from either party, GB News reports. The Post has reached out to Buckingham Palace for comment. Before it changed ownership, the estate was owned by the Gordon family for over 500 years. The Gordon family, a Highland Scottish clan, was historically one of the most powerful Scottish clans, but ultimately sold the estate after the death of the 21st Baron of Abergeldy, John Gordon. After Queen Victoria and Prince Albert bought Balmoral Castle in 1852, the leasing agreement gave them the right to use the grounds for pastimes. In the late 90s, the Gordon family increased the leasing fee on the estate, but the late Queen Elizabeth II was happy to pay the revised sum. The plush estate boasts 34 homes, cottages, lodges and farmhouses, but does not include Abergeldy Castle, located 2 miles from Balmoral Castle. Meanwhile, disabled veterans are frustrated that senior royals are shunning the Invictus Games amid row with Harry and Meghan. Buckingham Palace looks petty by saying more about the Highland Games and ill will should not be held against competitors, sources say. Veterans have become frustrated that the Invictus Games are not getting the attention from senior royals which other sporting events enjoy, with Buckingham Palace looking petty and mean-spirited by not paying it enough attention, it has been claimed. Earlier this month King Charles attended the Highland Games, an event which was a firm favorite of his late mother, Queen Elizabeth II, with the Duchess of Cornwall. They were joined by Anne, Princess Royal, and her husband Sir Timothy Lawrence at the Games, which have been a part of Scotland's culture for hundreds of years. But no such appearances have been made in Dusseldorf, Germany, where the Invictus Games are being held. There is now a sense of frustration among some British athletes that their endeavors are not recognized by public figures, including senior royals, who are quick to send good wishes to competitors in other international events, the Telegraph reports. Critics argue the royal family's ill will towards Harry should not be held against the disabled veterans who are competing. In 2014, the then Prince Charles, Duchess of Cornwall and Prince William attended the opening ceremony of the first ever Invictus Games in London. But the royal family hasn't commented on the event for a number of years. An anonymous UK media strategist said, "It's ironic Buckingham Palace has had more to say about the Highland Games than the Invictus Games, despite the honorary military roles they hold. In doing so, the palace ends up looking mean-spirited and petty. The ill will against Harry should not be held against the Invictus competitors." Former Royal Marine Ben McBean said he understood both sides of the rift between the brothers, but added that they should have put their differences aside. Mr. McBean, who lost both an arm and a leg in Afghanistan and inspired Prince Harry to start the Games, added that the team should have had a shout-out. And a Team UK insider said the athletes find the lack of support from public figures bizarre but don't want to get caught up in the royal crossfire. An official within the UK team told the Telegraph that due to the event getting bigger and bigger and the royal family's recent focus on sporting competitions, there could have been more support from back home. Palace sources reportedly say that members of the royal family never involve themselves in each other's professional endeavors, and they would not expect the Duke to voice support for the finalists of William's Earthshot Prize, for example. The Prince and Princess of Wales were integral in the early stages of the Invictus Games. The Royal Foundation, which was shared by Prince Harry at the time, invested significant amounts of money in the event. Meanwhile, Harry's brother Prince William continued with his charity work yesterday in London, visiting a building site to discuss the mental health of construction workers. His sister-in-law Kate has also been carrying out royal visits this week, going to HMP Highdown in Surrey on Tuesday to learn more about the work of an addiction charity. King Charles III visited Tomintoul in the Cairngorms, where he was welcomed by primary school children and community stalwarts. The Invictus Games is one of the big projects that Prince Harry has continued since his departure from the royal family. He was given a hero's welcome in Germany by those attending the latest iteration of the competition he founded for wounded and disabled military veterans. Harry arrived at the event trailed by dozens of excited schoolchildren who had been given time off from studies to attend. Harry has said he plans to attend as many events as he can during the week-long competition. On Tuesday, Meghan Markle joined the Duke at the games held at the Merkerspiel Arena, where the pair were seen smiling and rejoicing as they watched numerous sporting events. The Duchess was seen sporting a Stars and Stripes badge as she cheered her home country on during the wheelchair basketball game between USA and France yesterday.